Hello, and welcome to this demonstration of Solution Health Check, which forms part of our Architecture Quality series of solutions. Solution Health Check enables you to conduct efficient architecture reviews of your business systems, using a consistent language to assess their architectural quality. With this solution, you document what is most important in a solution, and how well that solution's architecture meets those needs. Your review team records their views and recommendations, and if you've deployed our technical debt or risk management solutions, they can use the review process to identify and record debt items and risks. And by linking to the strategy to execution solution, you can track the action to implement the team's recommendations and automatically trigger regular reviews of your most business critical systems. Here's the process for conducting a solution health check, and we'll walk through a complete example to see how the process works with the Ardoq platform. The solution supports health checks that look at different levels of detail. You can conduct a high-level 360-degree review of all aspects of a solution architecture, or alternatively, do a deeper dive into just a few quality characteristics, for example, focusing only on a system's security and resilience, but in great detail. Your choice of quality model determines the criteria that are used for the evaluation and the level of detail considered. A quality model is represented in Ardoq as a set of components that may be in a hierarchy. Here we see the ISO 25010 quality model, which is one of 3 provided with the solution. It has 2 tiers, 9 quality characteristics, further divided into 40 sub-characteristics. The quality model is your chosen language for classifying the quality needs of your business systems. You can adapt the ones we provide or replace them to include specific requirements or principles of your organization, and you can use the same language to classify technical debt and business requirements. A high-level solution health check will involve evaluation of criteria selected from the top tier of the quality model, the quality characteristics, while a detailed health check can include an assessment of the more detailed sub-characteristics. A health check is set up using the new health check survey for either a light or full survey. This would typically be completed in partnership with the business system's owner or sponsor. Here we see a completed example setting up a light health check. In this case, 3 applications, web portals, are being reviewed, following a request by internal audit. The criteria have been selected, in this case all of the top-level quality characteristics of the Ardoq quality model, giving a high-level 360-degree review of the solution architecture. Each characteristic is given a level of importance. There will be inevitable trade-offs between these for any given system. Recording their relative importance helps a review team understand the criticality of any deficiencies they identify. When the survey is submitted, the agenda is set, and we're ready to assemble the review team. When they meet, they need to acquire a good understanding of the architecture under review. This solution is agnostic as to how this is achieved, but they may well be reviewing solution architecture visualizations, such as C4 model diagrams in Ardoq or linked lucid charts, but they could just as easily be reviewing paper documents or even drawings on a whiteboard. The assessment survey is used to take them through the agenda that we set up earlier. Each of the selected criteria is considered in turn, with the team documenting their level of concern and noting comments and recommendations. Along the way, they might record new ideas or opportunities, or identify new risks or debt items that should be immediately recorded in the risk register or backlog using the corresponding Ardoq solutions. Before jumping to their conclusions, it is a good idea to take stock of what they've assessed. The review might have taken a few hours by this stage, and their earliest considerations might be just as important as their most recent ones. This bubble chart visualization gives them a bird's eye view of their complete assessment. Their recommendations should likely focus on what is in the top right-hand quadrant, qualities that are both important for this solution and of significant concern to the review team. Now they can document their overall conclusions, approve the report, and if they like, provide a date range to record the validity of this health check. When the end date approaches, the application owner will automatically be notified to initiate the next review. This view allows the results of the health check to be shared, with all the scores, comments and recommendations, and an optional colour coding to highlight those characteristics that require urgent attention. We'll finish by looking at the dashboard that gives the architecture team an overview of all the ongoing and live health checks. This report highlights live health checks that have urgent concerns, characteristics that were assessed to have high levels of both importance and concern. This is the standalone version, but if we'd chosen to connect it to our initiatives, this report would highlight whether we have areas of concern for which we don't appear to be taking any action. And here we see the benefit of having the quality model represented as part of our knowledge graph and not just as a list of questions. This analysis looks at all of our recent health checks and tells us about them from the perspective of the quality model. Which characteristics appear to have the greatest importance? Which ones vary a great deal? And which do we appear to have persistent difficulty delivering? Lastly, this graph tracks our collective levels of concern over time. It can be a really useful measure of our architecture team's success. If we're having an impact and improving the quality of solution architectures, we should expect our average levels of concern to gradually reduce over time. This is one of those rare things, a true measure of architectural success. And that concludes our demonstration of Solution Health Check. I hope you found it interesting, and thanks for watching.